Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. Oh yes, I swing the brush like it's a magic wand. If only it was. And, I actually got a bit scared then. I thought I cut myself, but it was actually paint. I was like, I don't remember cutting myself. Oh no, it's paint. So, got a bit of a strange painting, a bit of a strange idea going on here. I like this purple now. This is I believe, dioxazine purple, and this is ivory black. Yeah. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm painting these rocks. Some rocks. Just get the shapes of them. And this will be quite thin. I find it easier to do my drawing in paint. So I like to draw in paint, and I like to paint it in paint. There's a nice shape there. It's, yeah. So what it is what this is I'm using a photo, kind of, that I took a long time ago, actually. I found it on my old desktop computer, and it was when I couldn't paint. But I would try. I used to try, even though it was a disaster. Actually, when I first started painting, first started, and I thought, I reckon I could do this. I gave up pretty quick, I have to say. I did watercolours, yeah. But I didn't do them like this. If I knew about this, I probably would have stuck at it, because the problem I was having was it was just too hard for me. See, I prefer this because I can add colours on top, but I couldn't do that with that when it was just watercolour, which was a shame at the time. Like I said, if I'd have known. Do this quite faint. There's a rock under there, but it's underwater. So I would show you the reference, but it's a really, really old picture, and it's a little bit fuzzy. But I don't mind, because I'm going to be doing my own version of it, and it doesn't really matter. I just thought I just liked it, but I want it to be. I'm using it as if they are like, as if these are really big rocks, but they're really small. You know how in films they create miniatures because they can't really afford to fly around a castle. A bit like when they did Harry Potter. They did miniature buildings. And fun fact, actually, I was an extra in Harry Potter. Not sure if I've ever mentioned that. And I was a Bulgarian wizard. Yeah. So there we go. I'm really a top celebrity. And I should have been paid millions for my appearance, but instead I got told off by the director. I think he was the director. For not being animated enough. And I says, well, no one said anything. No one told me to do anything, so I didn't even know the camera was rolling, let alone what to do. And And the assistant then comes running over. Oh, you do this. Oh, you do that. Oh, you do this. You do that. I was like, oh, okay. Now they tell me. Now they tell me to do stuff. Anyway, enough about my celebrity lifestyle. So, that's the drawing done. So now, oops. Now, want some burnt sienna, burnt umber, maybe and a bit of green as well. Actually, a bit of green as well. So what? Burnt sienna, a bit more burnt sienna, burnt umber, and sap green. I'm gonna start making washes. I'm gonna wash this paper. Because this is what the water colour of the water is. It's sort of a browny colours. That's the thing about water. If it's transparent, you just see the bottom of the bed of the riverbed. It's hard for me to say, but the riverbed. I might just have that go like that. Sort of thinking about distance as well. I didn't really think about distance because I'm using miniatures and everything's quite close. But now I'm starting to think about distance. I want to distant that. Oh yeah, there's a great big rock there. I've not even put it in. There's a great big rock behind this rock. Oh, it's there now. And it's really dark. Right, so what was we doing? Burnt sienna. Bit of ivory black in there. Bit of the green in there. Sap green. Throw it in. We start with these, but then we can start moving on to other colours. That's what I enjoy about painting is every painting is another thing to work out. Every idea is another challenge. Because this one we're looking here, and then my idea actually is to have a boat coming through as well. I'm not sure where the boat's going to be yet. And I also want the river up here to be moving a little bit faster, and I can do that because I got a second photo. I can go behind there that I can use to do that. So I'm using like 3 reference pictures, all pictures I've taken or drawn. I think it's better to do that, to use as much as you can of your own. But if you want to paint this one, feel free to use the painting that I'm doing, and you could do your own version of it. You can move the rocks. Nothing wrong with that. It's good practice, isn't it? So, now then, what shall I do next? I think I'll start putting some darks. Actually, let's get that moving water going, because that needs to be moving, doesn't it? So let's hazard a guess that the sky is a little bit blue. So let's use a bit of blue and white. Ultramarine blue and white. Titanium white, that's white gouache. I try and remember to say my colours because I do forget. Because you just get painting and you forget. I don't really use that many colours, to be honest. I tend to use the same palette over and over. But then some paintings you just need a bit more of a colour, so I just throw it on. Right, so the main river is there, so we need this to be flowing. Can you use my finger just to smudge that actually? I like the way it sort of smudges and stuff. We can make some little dots. That was almost like it was reaching, wasn't it? Like that. I quite like that. I'll leave that. Yes, we've got a lot of movement going on in there. We have now anyway. Yeah, so we've got that going. And then thinking that there's a bit of a barrier. I'm going to change things a little bit, because I've got to think about bit of blue and black, maybe a bit of green as well. Blue, black and green. Oh yes, nice. Bit of a barrier there. I'll take that rock up there. It's nice and dark. Bring that together. Sort of a bluey black. Works out quite nice actually. Got that in there as well. And here. I'm almost going over the page there. Oh, whoops. Things are starting to happen a bit more now. Quite liking this. Might as well put that in the water as well. That dark. And I have some light. So I just grabbed a bit of white on and green and stuff, and some of these areas. Put a little bit of light on. A little bit of blue and white there. Okay. Got to think about where the light is as well. You know, that always helps me when I'm making something up. And I have to say, this is now in the made up area because it's completely different. The only thing that I've managed to keep in is the shape of this rock, and that's it. Yeah. Things change all the time though. Let's have this rock. Put a bit of red in that. It's interesting. Some rock under the water this is. I need to remember that's under the water. Another big piece of rock there. And then have this sort of over the top there. So what I'm thinking, I think the light's this way, well the light's above. If the light was above, it'd be more like there. Yeah. We'll just keep going. Let's just keep painting. We'll think about it as we paint. I need some white and blue. White, blue and a bit of black. Sort of a greyish colour. At the top of this rock. Wants to be nice and smooth. Smooth edge to it. Green and white. I want this edge in a bit more light on it. And this one underneath, a bit less. There's a bit of light there. I'm sort of imagining a overhead light really catching all this top part. Thinking about the smoothness of the rock, or for these I am anyway. Smooth rock areas. And I want to add a bit of dimension. A little bit of dark. Sort of like an eye there, quite like that. A bit more green on that. And this wants to have like levels on it. All levels. Something else I might do actually. Some burnt sienna, some dark. I'm gonna get some little dots. Just spraying that base. Little dots. I might do the same thing to the rock actually, while we're at it. So I want some greeny sort of stains on there. Do that as well. Yeah. Of course, you can, any you don't want, you could always cover up. I'm a little bit lazy, I like to just go for it. Just to add a bit of effect there. There we go. Some of them, they'll sort of dry and disappear, some of them will. Quite like that. I'm going to get some yellow ochre and white. A bit more of the yellow ochre. I'm going to bring some light. Imagine the light. Light in the water. So where to put the light? I won't mind some on the edge. Forget the water for a minute. I won't mind some on that edge there. We'll add some of this to give it more rock looking texture. That could work, a bit of lighting on these rocks. Gives it a bit more, doesn't it? A bit more to it, really. Some of those spots will stay alive. Okay. Might put a little bit of this light on this as well. Okie dokie. Need to get this rock over this side done. And then a bit of light on this side here. And then I need some dark for this bit. And then a bit of cast shadow there. Bit of a cast shadow here as well in the water. I need a bit more here because there's a that sort of goes lighter there. There's a bit of a dark area there. Some more rock there. Yeah, something like that. Gonna have some greenery and stuff on that. We need some more. We need some more this water coming through. Get some blue. Blue in with this brown. I'm just sort of bringing in some strokes, some nice strokes before I start adding the water. So, well, I say the water's there. It's actually already there. It's just I need the just grabbing. Oops. Drop my brush. Oops. Just painted something, but I didn't want to paint. So I'm gonna grab myself some white and blue. White and blue. And start looking at areas where I can put water. Because I want to make this more watery. And then I can start thinking a bit more about sort of detail and stuff. Imagine the water's coming through there. Over the top of this. So it comes down. Flows along there. Comes around there and all around there. Try and get some stronger paint. I quite like the idea of a over there. Around here. Something like that. Quite like that. So I'm going to get some green. Just green and brown. Green and brown. Put some sort of stuff growing there. And there as well. Just added different bits and bobs in there. Not a great deal. Just something more. Gonna get some brown and blue and black. I want to improve this a bit more. See, what I do is I like paint some on, use my finger and take some off. Paint some on, take some off. Just leave what you want, really. You can add all these different things into your rocks. Something like that. Because it doesn't always have to be dark that you add in, you could be light as well. Could be throwing reds into it or blacks into it. Because you get all kinds of little things in rocks, don't you? All kinds of little shapes and colours. And you can put shadow in. You imagine that rock's casting a bit of shadow there, or it just deepens it a bit. Okay. Having a bit of fun with this now. Get a little bit more of the greeny colour. I'm gonna put some on there and there. I like the idea of these soft. You know how you get a stone that's really smooth? It almost feels soft. It's a weird thing to say, isn't it? It's just a smooth stone. I kind of want to get that feeling with these. Get maybe a smooth top to it or something. Yeah. Got some more sort of stone underneath there. A bit of a stone there. Something like that. You can make your rocks the way you want. Okay, now then, what I've realised is I haven't used the same colours on both sides, so there is a little bit of these rocks and not these rocks going on. So what I'm going to do is bring some of that into this. Yeah. It does look a bit bitty on there, so I might bring that and that together. There we go, but a bit of dark behind that as well. Yeah. Bit of yellow in it as well. I'm having too much fun with this one. Right. So I'll do, do you think? I'll do. So this is where it's going to get a little bit different. So I want to put a boat in. So I'm going to get some yellow ochre. Yellow ochre and burnt umber. And white. Maybe, yeah. Yellow ochre. Let's just show you. Yellow ochre. Okay, ochre. Umber. I've got a boat here. So this is going to create the scale. Oh, that's small, isn't it? I need a smaller brush. So our hero on this boat. Or is it just a toy boat? Who knows? It's going to be small though. Looks like a toy though, doesn't it? Didn't quite get that right. I just need to do that again. I think it's because it's a bit too light actually. Bit of brown and black probably help. boat. A bit of light on the I think it looks quite good actually, just as it is. It does look a bit toy boat like, doesn't it? Quite like it. I might go with it as a toy boat, but I still want to put some water. I used to do that. I used to get little I used to get my toys and put them in the water, let them go on a voyage. We've got little reflections in the water as well. So there we go, we have someone's toy boat floating around. Capture a little bit of light. Okay, so I think we're about there. What could we do? Oh yeah, we wanted dark green. With some like grassy things in amongst here. There's a bit of yellow as well. Things growing. Bits of yellow. Dry paint. There we go. Yeah. Well, it was a bit of an experiment. What we've done is put a little boat on the water, got a few rocks, and you can really detail it. That's what I wanted to show you, is how you can really detail your rocks and things. Add loads of different shapes and like this and this. Add in more. Yeah, I quite like that. My original idea was to have a boat a lot bigger than that. But I like the scale of this small boat. I mean, if I put people in it, that would make it even more scalable, actually. Maybe I could get a tiny person in there, and that'll make it not a toy boat. Or is it still a toy boat? A little person there. Someone there as well. Whoops. I might not have him paint him out. Just have that, an indication of somebody. Maybe it's a toy. Maybe it's just a Lego person. I don't know. But yeah, I quite enjoyed doing that. It's good, nice bit of fun. Got something different. Something different. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it give you some ideas. Got the old creative thinking going. Start thinking, hang on, I could do something like that. And yeah. And I'll see you at another one. So cheers. Bye.